Negotiation with criminals say ransom payments encourage insecurity. FCT Minister Barrister Wike expresses satisfaction in timely completion of key FCT road projects. Federal government inaugurates committee for Armed Forces Medical College. And the federal government targets 5 million free spectacles, 25,000 cataract surgeries by 2027. And now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has reiterated that his administration will not negotiate with criminals or pay ransom to secure the release of kidnapped victims, saying doing so would encourage terrorism and banditry. President Tinubu made the declaration on Thursday while receiving traditional rulers a greater role in grassroots security. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, says work on the Atira Road N20 project is progressing steadily, with the contractors still committed to delivering the project by December this year. Speaking after inspecting the project, the minister expressed satisfaction with the quality of work and explained how the road is expected to transform the area and boost economic activities. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, says ongoing road projects across the nation's capital remain on course for completion before the end of the year, expressing confidence in the contractors handling the jobs. Speaking after another round of project inspections, the minister praised the quality of work, reaffirmed the FCT administration's commitment to meeting its obligations, and said the infrastructural transformation of Abuja under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is evident.
Well, you know, that's a national project, and I believe that is one project that government should reconsider. Should be a tourist center project. The capital involved is too huge for the FCT to have this one statutory budget. We have discussed with the contractor. Remember that project was awarded under Obasanjo regime. As I speak to you, it's not less than 300 to 400 billion naira.
Area and boost economic activities. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory
project. It means that every other project in Abuja will have to be abandoned. But we are still talking to the president that we should be consider it as a national project. And for me, there's a confidence. There's a confidence. That's why most companies, even if we have not done our own part, they still go ahead, knowing fully well that at the end of the day, we will still fulfill our own obligation. That's what is required. And that trust is there between us and these companies. And I have confidence in them. I'm happy. I can tell you I'm highly elated with the level of job.
The infrastructural transformation of Abuja under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is evident.
Well, you know, that's a national project, and the quality that we have seen. And every right-thinking person in this country, in this city, will agree that indeed the Tinubu's administration has transformed Abuja to a world-class city. It's not that everything has been done, but you can see the commitment of the administration. That's what is important. There's serious commitment, and people are happy. People are happy, and I believe that even you, the media, you can attest, even if we are not there, you become our ambassadors to say, look, we have gone, we have seen, and we can attest to the fact that things have changed. So I don't want to be pessimistic. I'm very optimistic that all the roads that we have gone for inspection after the commissioning and flag off will also be done as far as we're concerned. later by the end of this year.
The chairman of Gwagwalada Area Council,
as a national project, and for me, there's a confidence.
Ahmad Ikwa has called on traditional rulers in the council to continue serving as the eyes and ears of constituted authority by maintaining close collaboration with the area council administration and seeking proper guidance on issues affecting their communities. The chairman made a call while receiving district and village heads from across the council who paid him a familiarization visit. Correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar reports.
The meeting with traditional rulers from across the 10 political wards of Gwagwalada Area Council was the first of its kind since Comrade Kasum Mohammed Ikwa assumed office. The chairman thanked the traditional rulers for the visit and described them as custodians of the people. He urged them to remain committed to their traditional responsibilities by treating all residents fairly and avoiding partisan politics.
They are expected to see everybody, to be there, want to guide us. But some of them are taking the line of being partisan, and I'm advising them as fathers. That should not be their position.
Comrade Ikwa also used the opportunity to educate the district and village heads on the dangers of illegal mining, urging them to always liaise with the area council administration to ensure proper regulation and enforcement.
As community leaders, and they're supposed to liaise with the local government authority for proper regulation and enforcement so that the activities of illegal mining will not have a devastating effect in our land, and at the same time not to infringe on the right of the owners of the land that operate, and as well not to allow the activity take place unknown to us, that whatever you do to us either as revenue will not be missed.
Also speaking during the meeting, a former chairman of Gwagwalada Area Council, Alhaji Mustapha Adamu Danze, congratulated Comrade Ikwa on his victory at the polls and the recent election petition tribunal judgment, noting that it was now time to focus on governance. Danze described the chairman's meeting with the district and village heads as timely and commendable.
He spoke about security arrangement of the area council, who is also responsibility of the traditional institutions. He also spoke about the peace coexistence between the government and the people of the area council, who is also the responsibility of the traditional institutions to also abide by. I am overwhelmed.
Speaking on behalf of the district heads, the district head of Zuba, Alhaji Ibrahim Adamu, said they were at the chairman's office to congratulate him on his victory in the last FCT area council election and to assure him of their full support and cooperation. Those in attendance included the council's director of administration, Alhaji Abdullahi Yusuf, and the speaker of the Gwagwalada Area Council Legislative Arm, Honorable Adamu Ishaku Kangiwa. Abdullahi Mukhtar, ASO Television News.
The chairman of Kwali Area Council, Mr. Nuhu Daniel Kwali, has held an interactive session with the 105 head teachers and heads of departments of the Kwali Local Education Authority, aimed at addressing challenges facing primary education and improving learning outcomes. The meeting, attended by the chairman of the Nigeria Union of Teachers, FCT Wing, Comrade Muhammad Abdullahi Shafas, provided an opportunity for teachers to present their concerns, including outstanding financial entitlements and improved welfare. Speaking on behalf of the head teachers, Mr. Enoch Simon congratulated the chairman on his election and appealed for the payment of outstanding benefits as well as greater attention to teachers' welfare. Responding, Mr. Nuhu Daniel Kwali assured the teachers of his administration's commitment to strengthening basic education despite limited financial resources. He pledged to improve teachers' welfare, upgrade school infrastructure, and clear outstanding entitlement in phases and revenue improvement. The chairman also directed the Education Secretary to repair all faulty LEA vehicles and ensure the distribution of stationery and other teaching materials to schools before the next academic session. He reaffirmed his commitment to working closely with teachers to build a more effective primary education system in Kwali Area Council. The Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Olatunji Alausa, has inaugurated a technical working group to fast-track the establishment of the Armed Forces College of Medicine and Health Sciences, with plans for the institution to commence academic activities in the 2026 academic session. Speaking in Abuja, Dr. Alausa described the proposed college as a strategic investment in national security and human capital development, saying it will provide the military with a steady supply of doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals trained specifically for military service. The minister said the institution would end the armed forces' long-standing dependence on civilian universities for medical personnel training and ensure that healthcare professionals are equipped to meet the unique operational demands of military service. Dr. Alausa noted that the initiative complements the federal government's ongoing expansion of medical education, revealing that annual admissions into medicine and dentistry have increased from about 5,000 to over 10,000 students, while nursing enrollment has risen to nearly 120,000 nationwide. He directed the National Universities Commission to fast-track accreditation processes and disclosed that discussions had been held with the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board to ensure the college is included on the admissions portal ahead of the 2026 academic session. Chairman of the Technical Working Group, Major General Idris Babatunde, said the college will be located at the Nigerian Army Reference Hospital, Kaduna, and is being developed using the model of the United States Uniformed Services University. He added that the armed forces currently face a 93% deficit in medical personnel, making the establishment of the institution a critical national priority. Short Start Schools Abuja held its graduation ceremony for the class of 2026 on the theme Soaring Beyond Limits, with a call on the graduating students to continue to uphold the unique values of integrity, discipline, and compassion instilled in them as they begin a new chapter in basic education, despite limited financial resources. He pledged to improve teachers' welfare, upgrade school infrastructure, and clear outstanding entitlement in phases and revenue improvement. The chairman also directed the Education Secretary to repair all faulty LEA vehicles and ensure the distribution of stationery and other teaching materials to schools.
And respect for others will ultimately define your success. Continue to pursue excellence. Remain humble, your achievements and never stop learning.
Today is not merely another event on our school calendar, but it is a celebration of dreams fulfilled, lives transformed, and futures launched.
As you leave this school, remember that your certificate is not your greatest achievement. Your integrity, kindness, discipline, and the values you cultivated here will take you much farther than any examination results ever can.
The ceremony was marked by mixed emotions as students celebrated completing high school while expressing sadness at parting ways with friends and teachers. Many described the day as both exciting and emotional as they prepare for university and other pursuits.
It's a sentimental feeling. Obviously, we're going to see some of our friends in school. We're still going to go to the same university. But it's really sad that some of these people, some of these students, some of these friends that I've made over the years, that this is going to be the last time I'm going to see them. It's really sad. But I hope I'll be able to see all of my friends once again.
I'm going to miss every day I spend with my amazing friends, the teachers who encourage us to go further in life.
Parents commended the school management and staff for their commitment to academic excellence and character building. They noted that the holistic training received by the students had prepared them for higher institutions and for life beyond the classroom.
I'm so happy that my child has been here. I love the way they train the children. They mold them to be able to face the future. They make them not to depend on the society, but the society should depend on them. So I'm proud of Shasta State.
I'm so happy for my son of yesterday.
Baba State Uniformed Services University. He added that the armed forces currently face a 93% deficit in medical personnel, making the establishment of the institution a critical national priority. Short Start Schools Abuja held its graduate journey. Daniel Obi reports.
Speaking on behalf of the chairman and CEO, Mr. Basi Eteta Ita, his representative, Mr. Eta Asi Eteta Ita, urged the graduates to carry forward is to celebrate diligence and inspire continued excellence. Daniel Obi, ASO Television News.
You're watching ASO Television News. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, Awesome Star Times TV channel 127, and Free TV channel 507. We are also on the UHF band on channel 38. Still to come. Federal government targets 5 million free spectacles, 25,000 cataract surgeries by 2027. Stay with us for details of these and more stories shortly.
There are stories that make the heart race. Where love is born in the most dangerous moments.
Ali was actually Poyraz Ali.
Each secret can destroy everything. Love. Passion. Power. Lies.
It's not the first time you let me down. It was my mistake for trusting an idiot like you.
The dramas that
Parents commended the school management and staff for their commitment to academic excellence and character building life beyond the classroom.
I'm so happy that my child has been here. I love the way they train the children. They mold them to be able to face the future. They make them not to depend on the society, but the society should depend on them. So I'm proud of Shasta State.
I'm so happy for my son of yesterday. Leaving high school to uni. I'm so happy, I'm so excited. And I say, may the name of God be praised.
2.0 initiative to deliver at least 5 million free pairs of spectacles and 25,000 free cataract surgeries by the end of 2027. The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako, disclosed these on Thursday while declaring open the 49th Annual National Scientific Conference of the Nigerian Optometry Association and the African Council of Optometry annual general meeting held under the theme Optometrists in a Changing Africa, from Diversity to Unity. Dr. Salako said the conference theme underscored the need for African countries to build a strong.
Daniel Obi, ASO Television News.
You're watching Awesome Star Times TV channel 1 and more united optometric community capable of responding to emerging healthcare challenges while respecting the continent's cultural and professional diversity. He observed that eye health had for many years received inadequate attention despite the enormous social and economic burden of avoidable visual impairment. The minister said the federal government, through the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, is implementing the National Eye Health Strategic Development Plan 2024 to 2028 to integrate eye care services across the primary, secondary, and tertiary healthcare levels for early detection and effective management of eye diseases. According to him, the ministry has also launched the Nigeria Glaucoma Guidelines and Toolkit to standardize diagnosis, treatment.
Lies.
It's not the first time you let me down. It was my mistake for trusting an idiot like you.
The dramas that make you feel everything. Catch the sizzling episodes of Sins and Roses at 4 p.m, Domenica Monteiro at 5 p.m, Be My Sunshine at 6 p.m, and Avenida Brazil at 7 p.m, Central African Time. Only on Novelas Plus.
Thanks for joining us again. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to making eye health a national development priority, announcing plans to expand its flagship Jijibola 2.0 initiative to deliver at least 5 million free pairs of spectacles and 25,000 free cataract surgeries by the end of 2027. The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako, disclosed these on Thursday while declaring open the 49th Annual National Scientific Conference of the Nigerian Orthopedic Association and the African Council of Optometry Annual General Meeting held under the theme Optometrists in a Changing Africa, from Diversity to Unity. Dr. Salako said the conference theme underscored the need for African countries to build a stronger and more united optometric community capable of responding to emerging healthcare challenges while respecting the continent's cultural and professional diversity. He observed that eye health had for many years received inadequate attention despite the federal government's ongoing investment in roads, bridges, rail transportation, deep sea ports, education and other critical infrastructure were designed not only to address existing development gaps but also to create the foundation for increased productivity, investment, job creation and national prosperity. He said the administration to 2028 to integrate eye care services across the primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare levels for early detection and effective management of eye diseases. According to him, the ministry has also launched the Nigeria Glaucoma Guidelines and Toolkit to standardize diagnosis, treatment and referral protocols nationwide. Why? Ophthalmologists from the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory have been trained to cascade the guidelines within their respective states. He added that under the Effective Spectacle Coverage Initiative Nigeria, Jijibola 2.0, more than receiving the governing council. Professor Audu said such high-level engagement would enable the university to present its vision and developmental needs directly to the President and the FCT Minister and seek their intervention in accelerating critical infrastructure projects essential to the continued growth of the institution. Trade Business Awards on August 20th at the Rotunda Hall of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja. The annual awards recognize the contributions of expatriate businesses, foreign missions, international organizations, and migrant communities to Nigeria's economic growth and development. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Dunoma Umaru Ahmed, will serve as special guest of honor, while his counterpart in the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mahmoud Adam Kambari, is also expected to attend alongside diplomats, senior government officials and business leaders. Director of Awards Odunola Obayomi says this year's event will further promote economic diplomacy and strengthen partnerships between Nigeria and the international business community through the recognition of outstanding individuals and organizations. The ceremony will also feature cultural performances, networking sessions, and the presentation of awards celebrating excellence in international business and cooperation. The Nigeria Union of Journalists Federal Capital Territory Administration Chapel has concluded its 2026 Press Week with a public lecture and award presentation ceremony aimed at promoting accountability, transparency, and responsible citizenship. The event held in Abuja on Thursday was centered on the theme, Tax Compliance and Good Governance in the FCT. Pelumi Adeyemi tells us more.
Federal Capital Territory Administration directors, tax experts, media executives, and members of Nigerian Union of Journalists (FCT) Chapel gathered to deliberate on the role of tax compliance in promoting sustainable development within the Federal Capital Territory. The event provided a platform for stakeholders to examine the relationship between citizens' tax obligations and the government's responsibility to provide quality infrastructure and essential social services. Chairman, Nigerian Union of Journalists (FCTA) Council, Comrade Grace Ike, noted that the media has a crucial role to play in educating citizens on the importance of paying taxes and ensuring that public funds are utilized transparently and efficiently.
To my colleagues here present, let us pursue this subject with the professionalism and ethical rigor that our badge demands. Avoid sensationalism, verify before you publish, contextualize figures and claims, and balance criticism with recognition of reforms where they exist. Consider investigative partnership, data-driven stories, and community-focused pieces that show how tax policy. Consider investigative partnership, data-driven stories, and community-focused pieces that show how tax policies affect everyday lives in the FCT. Everyday lives in the FCT.
During the public lecture, the keynote guest speaker, Dr. Paul Alaje, and other speakers highlighted the importance. During the public lecture, the keynote guest speaker, Dr. Paul Alaje, and other speakers highlighted the importance of strengthening tax administration systems, increasing public awareness, and building trust between the people and the government.
Taxation, therefore, is not fundamental about revenue. No, it is about trust. It is about legitimacy. It is about the social contract that binds the government to the governed.
Your ground rent, your CFO, your water rate, name it, every single penny you pay to the government is being used judiciously.
We should pay our tax so that there will be enough to bring development all around.
The NUJ FCTA Chapel 2026 Press Week also featured an award ceremony to honor distinct
bring development all around.
The NUJ FCTA Chapel 2026 Press Week also featured an award ceremony to honor distinguished journalists and media professionals who have demonstrated excellence, integrity, and commitment to ethical journalism. Pelumi Adeyemi, ASO Television News, have demonstrated excellence, integrity, and commitment to ethical journalism. Pelumi Adeyemi, ASO Television News.
The senator representing Bayelsa West and the Nigeria Democratic Party national leader, Senator Henry Siraki Dixon, was conferred with an award sustaining the growth of democracy in Nigeria. The award was conferred on him by the Diplomatic Digest in Abuja. Speaking after the conferment, Senator Dixon expressed a deep sense of satisfaction, thanking the organizers for identifying him out of many for the award. He said he has dedicated the award to all Nigerians while calling on all politicians to ensure that democracy in Nigeria is sustained. Earlier, the publisher of the Diplomatic Digest, Mr. Kennedy Parati, said the awardees were carefully selected based on the distinctive achievements each of them has recorded for the development of Nigeria's democracy. The guest speaker was the Provost of Anti-Corruption Academy, Professor Sharif Gali. Now, despite decades of regional integration policies and the ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme, businesses across West Africa continue to grapple with border delays, multiple charges, harassment, and other trade barriers that undermine the free movement of goods and services. Determined to confront these challenges, the ECOWAS Parliament launched a fast-finding a fact-finding mission and stakeholder engagement in Cotonou, Republic of Benin, to gather first-hand evidence and develop legislative solutions that will enable micro, small and medium enterprises to thrive across the sub-region. The fact-finding mission and town hall meeting held on July 29 and 30, 2026 formed part of the ongoing delocalized meeting of the ECOWAS Parliament's Committees on Industry and Private Sector, Microeconomic Policy and Economic Research Administration, Finance and Budget, and Public Account. A visit to Les Jus Tilo, a pineapple juice factory in Benin, a town hall meeting held at the popular KP3 market in Cotonou. Traders and women entrepreneurs narrated their experiences of extortion, harassment, and multiple charges at border posts, while also drawing attention to challenges of accessing business loans. In response, members of the ECOWAS Parliament pledged to work with national government and relevant institutions to address the concerns raised, insisting that regional integration can only succeed when businesses are allowed to thrive without unnecessary obstacles. And in business, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has assured a stronger commitment to ensuring that Nigerian consumers maximize their right access across the electricity sector, while commending the Electricity Act of 2023. The Executive Vice Chairman of the FCCPC, Mr. Tunji Bello, gave the assurance in Abuja during a stakeholder engagement on consumer protection and regulatory cooperation in electricity sector, urging state representatives to work together to strengthen consumer protection in one of the country's most important sector. A business correspondent, Ile Meje, was there and files in the report.
When regulators work together, consumers receive better protection.
In his keynote address at the event, the Executive Vice Chairman of the FCCPC, Mr. Tunji Bello, disclosed that the Electricity Act has fundamentally reshaped the nation's regulatory architecture while strengthening consumer protection.
The Electricity Act of 2023 represents one of the most significant reforms of Nigeria's electricity sector in recent years. Beyond creating new opportunities for investment and improved service delivery, it has fundamentally reshaped our regulatory architecture. For the first time, states may establish their own electricity regulatory commissions and regulate intrastate electricity markets in ways that reflect their individual economic and social realities.
Mr. Bello expressed confidence that, with close cooperation between relevant institutions, shared commitment to serving the public, particularly electricity consumers, will be achieved.
As more state electricity regulatory commission assume responsibility for regulating interstate electricity market under the Electricity Act 2023, close cooperation between our institutions will become increasingly important. Our success should not be judged by how firmly we protect our individual jurisdiction, but how effectively we work together and how we protect our individual electricity consumers.
Other state representatives say the Electricity Act is indeed a welcome development.
The different electricity market has been created, especially considering customer protection, ensuring that all markets, not just the federal market, but all decentralized markets, ensure they provide protection for their customers.
The forum here particularly is about consumer protection, the whole issues around consumer experience with electricity. And one of the benefits of having state regulators is that regulation is now at the grassroots.
Reiterating the hallmark of mature regulatory governance, the FCCPC boss further affirmed that the overall objective is to consult, exchange information, support one another's lawful actions, and ensure that consumers receive timely and effective protection. Ile Emeje, ASO Television News.
The Federal Ministry of Finance has called for deeper collaboration between governments and professional institutions, noting that this is key as Nigeria works to build a more resilient, competitive and sustainable economy. A statement by the head Information and Public Relations to the Ministry, FA Ovopore, indicates that the Permanent Secretary Special Duties of the Federal Ministry of Finance, Mr. Muhammad Sanusi Danjuma, made a call in Abuja during a meeting with the leadership of the Nigerian Institute of Architects International Integrated Research for Development Conference Programs, INFRACO. And that's the bulletin. Many thanks for watching. I am Tina Oje Achu.